Hello, I am Tom, your virtual instructor. Stay with me until the end of this video and you will see what digital I/O is and what it is used for. So let's check it out. As we explained before, PLC is an industrial computer which executes user programs. CPU is connected with real-world sensors and actuators via input-output modules or shorter I/O modules. The main task of I/O modules is to translate signals received from a sensor into low-voltage DC signals that the CPU can use. In the opposite direction is similar. The CPU sends a signal to the actuator via digital I/O. Some PLC comes with integrated I/O terminals, but usually I/O modules are modular, come separately and it is needed to attach to the PLC. Communication between PLC and I/O modules is done by backplane connection. Each Siemens module is marked with a unique article number, which is important while creating hardware configuration in a PLC project, as it is already explained in the other video. Also, each module has indication lamps by which quick diagnostic can be done at a glance. Green light means that the module is okay, since red light indicates that there is an error. What is a digital input module? If you like this video, click the like button down below, subscribe and bell. Digital signal is a binary represented signal like on or logical signal true and off or logical signal false. Digital input devices or digital sensors provide two voltage levels for the digital input module. Usually it is 0 volts DC and 24 volts DC. Digital input devices are push buttons, limit switches, level switches, proximity sensors, pressure switches, etc. The module converts an electrical signal to logical signal 1 or 0, a suitable format for CPU. Let's have a look at the example. Here is one digital input module. Below the cover there are terminal connections where sensors are connected. This module has a sign, DI, where D refers to digital and I refers to input. There are 16 channels of digital inputs, 24 volts DC voltage level. This means that 16 digital sensors can be connected to this module. Note that there are a variety types of digital input modules and for wiring diagram and pinout shall be referred to the corresponding user manual. There are two pins that shall be connected to the power supply. There is an indication lamp that lights up green once the power supply is okay. Now, let's connect one switch to the digital input channel. One wire of the switch is connected to the positive voltage 24 volts DC, and the other wire to the input channel. A digital input module is attached to the PLC, in order to provide reading status signals to the CPU. Once the switch is activated, 24 volts DC will be distributed from the power supply to the input channel and the indication lamp of the corresponding channel will light up green. Each channel has a corresponding indication lamp which provides us information of sensor status at the glance. Depending on the status of the input module, the digital input module converts received electrical signal to logical signal, 1, or true, or logical signal, 0, or false, which is a suitable signal for CPU. If we pay attention to the current flow direction, and since it is the direction from the sensor towards the channel, it is a sync type module. There is also another type of digital input module, and due to this, there is different wiring connection. Once switch is activated, current flow direction is from channel to sensor, so this module is source type. In this example, an electromechanical switch is used as a digital sensor. Beside this, there are also digital sensors based on semiconductors. Semiconductor-based sensors can be PNP type, also called sourcing devices. Semiconductor-based sensors can be NPN type, also called sinking devices. Usually a semiconductor sensor needs a power supply and it gives signal to the input channel. In this example we have a proximity sensor, so once the sensor detects an obstacle it gives a signal to the input module. Difference between them is the current flow direction. For proper operation, consider that the type of sensor and input module must match to each other. So in case of using PNP sensor type, input module sync type shall be used, and in case of NPN sensor type, input module source type shall be used. What is a digital output module? If you like this video, click the like button down below, subscribe and bell. Digital output module is marked as DQ, where D refers to digital and Q refers to output. Similarly to the digital input modules, digital output modules do the same thing just in opposite direction. Logical signal generated by CPU, digital output module converts to the electrical command signal of two states. Usually it is 0 volts DC or 24 V DC and distributed to the digital output devices or actuators. Digital output devices are usually indication lamps, contactors, relays, solenoid valves, etc. Digital output module looks similar to the digital input module and the pinout and wiring diagram shall be checked in the corresponding user manual. Once the CPU sends a logical signal 1 to the digital output module, and 24 volts DC will be distributed to the digital output device. In our case, it is a yellow indication lamp that can be mounted at the operator panel and indicate something to the operator. Also, there are indication lamps at each channel and it will light up green when output is activated, which gives us the ability to see status of outputs at the glance. Depending on the load of the output device, the output module shall be properly selected. For example, a solenoid valve requires more current to activate than an indication lamp. So due to this, consider what is output channel load before connecting to it. Official user manuals for equipment that was used in these examples in this video can be found on the internet. To download the user manual, find the link in the description of this video. So that was it. I hope you have enjoyed it. Write comments down below, and if you like this video, click the like button, subscribe and bell. See you next time.